So today we are going to be talking about if your business isn't growing, it's probably just this. We didn't leave our corporate jobs to work from home to work all day, every day. If our business isn't growing, it doesn't need to be that we're a failure. It doesn't need to be that business isn't for us, right? It doesn't need to be anything other than what we're going to talk about today, okay? So, again, if your business isn't growing, it's probably just this. So now let's go ahead and get into it, you guys. Typically, if someone's business isn't growing, or if it's growing more slowly than what they anticipated, than what they expected, than what they dreamed of, right? Because here's the deal. You see people out in the world talking about what a massive success they have become so quickly, right? And so whenever your success doesn't mirror their success in really fast success, right? Then you think there must be something wrong with you, that you don't know what you're doing, or that you might be doing it wrong, or maybe you're not even supposed to be doing it and this just isn't for you, it's just for them. And that's something that everybody, like you guys all need to understand that everybody goes through that, okay? Everybody goes through those moments of like, oh my gosh, what am I doing? Am I messing this whole thing up, right? That's what keeps a lot of people on the starting line. How many people have started to create a business or an income stream or something like that? Just let me know in the comments or whatever here. Have you started to create a business or an income stream or something like that, and then pretty quickly you get that feeling of like, oh gosh, or you start comparing yourself with other people, and then you just get paralyzed at the starting line, and you're just like, it's too much to do. I don't know where to start. I'm just not going to do it. And the reasoning behind that, in my opinion, just because I've consulted with thousands of businesses at this point, the reason behind that is because nobody wants to look stupid. No one wants to look dumb. No one wants to look like they've made a mistake. People are so flippin' afraid of making mistakes. You guys, what there's a quote out there, and it's mistakes are proof that you're trying. I don't remember who said it. Sorry. If somebody knows who said it, go ahead and put it in the comments. I'm not trying to not give them credit. I just honestly don't remember who it is. Mistakes are proof that you're trying. You're not even getting off the starting line to be able to show up in this world in your God-given purpose if you can't be okay with making mistakes. The minute that I became okay with making mistakes in my life, in my business, on my videos, everything got very easy, okay? Because now if I accidentally burp on a video or something, then I just say, whoop, that's, sorry, whoops. You guys, we can't be afraid of making mistakes because you just won't start. And the thing is the mistakes, they're gonna happen. Be okay with it. The biggest thing that I've ever done, and then we're going to get to the actual point of this video, but I want to address this really quick. The biggest thing that I've ever done, or a thing that has made a massive impact, I guess, on my own business, and hopefully it will for you as well, and I'm going to go ahead and tell you it, is I always think worst case scenario. I don't live there. I don't actually live in worst case scenario, okay? But I think worst case scenario stuff, and then I write it down in a notebook and I put it in a drawer and I don't look at it again. What's the worst thing that's going to happen if I do this? What's the worst thing that's going to happen? People are going to laugh at me and be like, that girl's a doofus. I'm all right with that. I'm all right with that. The more you can become okay with people just saying that you're a doofus, you're going to be able to do anything. I don't care at all if somebody calls me a doofus. Not at all, not even a little bit, and I never have. Okay? Like it's just, I'd never had that Achilles heel of fear of what somebody else thinks of me. Never had that fear. Okay? So if you're not scared of what people are going to say or think of you, then just go. Then just do it. Okay? What's the worst thing that's going to happen if you do whatever the thing is that you're afraid of doing? Okay? And some of you may not even be able to understand what you're afraid of doing. Let me kind of break that down a different way. Sometimes you get stuck and you get what a lot of people call blocked, right? You like have these mental blocks, or you've had this thing on your to-do list for 4 weeks now and you still haven't done it. You guys, that means you're paralyzed there. That is a block, okay? If you keep having the same thing on your list over and over and over and over again, if there's a thing in your mind that you want to do that you haven't done and you keep saying you want to do it over and over and over and over again and it never ever gets done, you have a block, okay? So all that you guys need to do is you need to think, okay, what's the worst thing that's going to happen whenever I do this thing? If I totally biff it, if I totally trip on my shoelaces and land face first on whatever, the sand or the sidewalk or whatever, right? Because of this thing that I biffed, what's the worst thing that's going to happen because of that? And you guys, it's never that bad. Our mind makes it out to be really big and a big enough deal to keep you paralyzed. It's never that bad. It's usually laughable. It's usually like, okay, well, that's not that big of a deal, right? Write down your worst case scenario, put it in a notebook, stick it in the drawer. What that tells your brain is that you're prepared. It's going to let your brain feel like it knows what's going to happen. So if that worst case scenario happens, then what do? You write it down in the notebook. And so your brain feels like, okay, so that potential is now out and we can move forward. So if your business isn't growing, it's probably just this. And you guys, the thing that it probably just is how you communicate about the thing that you're offering, how you're communicating about what you're offering. So people think that if their business isn't growing, it's because of them or because their business isn't needed. Now, A, it's never because of them. B, it could be because the business isn't needed. If you're not sure about that, I mean, HBR is definitely where you need to be, right? So message me about HBR so we can have a chat to see if it's for you. HBR is where I teach you how to grow multiple income streams from home. We run 7 figures plus a month just on what we do, right? And I teach you guys how to do it. I don't spend all of my days. You saw me the last few days. We've been on vacation, staycation. We stayed here. But we just hang out with the family and we work about an hour or so a day. Okay, so it's not a big deal. It's not like you need to spend your entire life doing this. It's service to others, you guys, and you're able to build massive incomes in service to others and then use that money however you want to use it. But for us, we use it to serve our community, right? We use it to help everybody else be better. That's how we roll. So anyway, if you're not in my 90-day run, there is a link in this video or in the description of this video, okay? Make sure you jump in that 90-day run so you can learn and implement. And that's free, you guys. It's free. It's my tithe back into the world to be able to help you guys get off the starting line. Let's get this thing. It's a 90-day run. Turn your side gig into your main gig, just a heads up. But the link is in the description of this video.